Hogarth's infamous print, Gin Lane.
Jake, this is such a famous picture, isn't it? Of a time when gin was a bit of a problem in London.
Slightly epidemic proportions by this stage, yes. People were drinking staggering amounts. It was a real blight on society, particularly here in London. This is from the kind of middle of the 1700s, based around the kind of St Giles area, Holborn. It was calculated that as many as 1 in 4 residential properties had been converted into gin shops by this point.
It's a pretty gruesome picture, isn't it?
It's laced with misery. Most obviously in the foreground, this woman has drunkenly let the child fall from her arms and it's dropping to its doom down into the steps of the gin shop. The only person who's really reaping any kind of benefit from the situation is the pawnbroker here, who's doing a roaring trade.
The days of Londoners turning their homes into cheap gin shops may thankfully be long gone.
Hello.
But that tradition of domestic production has also been revived recently, though in well-heeled Highgate rather than the slums of St Giles.
Wow. So this is the gin lab.
That's right, yes, this is where it's all distilled.
It's spectacular, I love it. What possessed you to set up this wonderful laboratory for distilling gin?
I actually started distilling here when I was 11 years old, almost this is a family home. In 2006 I was effectively out of a job and I tried to work out what to do next. I decided, because I love gin, to start experimenting with London dry gin recipes.
5 years ago, Ian Hart and his wife Hilary began manufacturing sacred gin in the back room of their family home.
We were experimenting and taking our recipes on a regular basis to our local pub. One particular evening, and I think it was recipe number 23, everybody thought that the gin recipe that I produced was a really good one and different from other London dry gins. It just so happened it has an unusual botanical in it, frankincense.
Oh.
This, when you macerate with alcohol and distill, gives you a lovely
It does, smells of forest.
Yes, and that is a complement to the juniper.
Okay, use frankincense in your gin.
Boswellia sacra, and that's where the name sacred comes from. Boswellia sacra, sacred gin.
Of course, making and selling spirits from your home needs a licence from Customs and Excise, as well as other permits for things like storing spirits under bond. For a small backroom operation, though, Sacred is surprisingly productive.
Last year we sold 23,000 bottles, and I think this year we're on...
From this room? 23,000 bottles?
Mm-hmm. Despite the fact these stills look small, each still can produce enough distillate for 60 bottles of gin per day.